So I've taken so many pictures of this car now. They just don't look much different. When you're at the final sanding and edging, all the little spots, it takes days and days and days with your finger and sandpaper to get into these inside edges. Kevin has been doing most of this engine bay for the past couple days. But like I said, in pictures, it just does not show what all changes each day as you're sanding. But this car has been from bare metal, media blasted, epoxy coated, bodywork, polyester primed, blocked, minor bodywork at that stage on top of the polyester, blocked out with 120 to 180 to a 220, and then was all epoxy primed on top of that. And then it was blocked out from a 180 to a 220 to a 320. And then it was epoxy primed again. And at this stage, we've started at a 220. And we're going to finish out somewhere close to 600. But we're at the 220, edging all the little spots in the window jambs. We're going to be seam sealing that and other areas that factory weren't seam sealed. We're going to try to make them a little bit more watertight. The roof, this is an interesting roof on these Challengers. There's one support in that entire flat panel. So blocking it is very sensitive. Cannot press on your block. Can't make things go away. You have to lightly sand it as many times as it takes to get it to where that last sand comes out with no low spots. That bridge of that roof changes right there. We had to do a bunch of metal work in that corner. We replaced the inside lip. That one over there, the inside lip. A bunch of repairs there from the quarter panel being replaced. New rear seal panel put in. Trunk extensions on both sides, left and right. New quarters, like I said, on both. Rockers are in decent shape on this car. But this has been months and months and months of media to metal to body, primer, and now we are getting ready to paint. Tomorrow, I'm hoping that we have parts that are ready for some color that we can get a first look at the color, make sure again it's what we want. This hood, these doors are ready for their final block out, and then scoops, hood latch, some braces for the grill, the rear trunk, got one fender there, but these are hinges, battery trays, door hinges, gas pedal, brake pedal assembly, emergency brake, bumper brackets. These are going to be painted some black and some in the purple. And then over here, we have the first panels, let's call it, that are going to get purple. We have the front and rear valance and the rear sill for the bumper. These have already been prepped. They're ready, if I don't fall. They're ready to get a final Scotch-Brite tomorrow before we paint them. They've been 2 days prepped, so we'll make sure there's nothing sitting on them. Those are going to be our first parts for color. This one, this is something that's hard to see, but all that edging, getting up under these lines. This is a reverse angle. I don't know what you'd call it. Not an easy one to sand out, but getting ready to seam seal that as well. And then inside the trunk, where that has all been prepped, primed, epoxied, ready for seam sealer where it needs it. Trunk troughs have been sanded and scuffed. A few little areas that we still are going to find some putty and take care of. We got one right there. I'm my own worst critic. But like I said, you can't hide them when they're painted, so we're trying to get this thing as straight pretty as we can. My clients are definitely good people. They're definitely patient. I do keep them involved to where they get to come and check these out and see what is involved in the process, where the time goes. But to get them right, I can't put a time frame on them. I can give you ideas. I've got several of these that we've done over the years that get pretty close, but each car is a little different. Each one needs a little bit more attention depending on where they're at or where they've been, let's say, hit in the past. This one had some damage in that right front that we had to take care of before we could do what we did. The rest of it is just how much rust, how clean they are to start with, how far they have to be taken back to frame or body. You know, this one basically is the same roof, same floor that it came with. Somebody had replaced that at a previous shop. But the same roof and same doors. Basically, we've done a lot to this car to get it as new and, how do you say, get a long life out of them. Get them back to as new as they could be, everything underneath from top to bottom, and get another 50 years out of them. But this is 1970 Dodge Challenger RT going plum crazy purple for the Martells. This should show us what we're working with, and hopefully we got color soon. Thanks.